What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about your maximum muscular genetic potential. In other words, how much muscle can you build in your training life? Because as shocking as it may be, there's an upper limit for how much muscle a natural trainee can build. Yo, bro, why you gotta say that? I can only gain so much size? Like, what's that supposed to mean? That's pretty cruel. You take that back. And before I go on, let me just say it's incredibly hard to try and predict what your maximum genetic potential is. The following tools I'm going to recommend to try and calculate your potential are just that, tools. These tools will give you a good basic idea of what your upper limit is. I think understanding your frame and your potential is very important towards setting realistic goals. For years, the internet has kicked around numerous calculators from different authors trying to figure out what your maximum genetic potential would be, either based off of, your age, height, weight, frame, wrist measurement, and other factors. Lean Gains has one, Lyle McDonald, Alan Aragorn. For today's video, we're going to be using Casey Butts, which he has a interesting last name. Maybe he's actually French and is pronounced Boot, in which case I'm making myself look like an idiot by calling him Butt. Anyways, his site has a calculator, and what you'll do is input your height, your wrist measurement, and your ankle measurement. Let's use myself as an example. I'm a little over 5'9", so I entered 5'9". I put my wrist measurement as 6.75 inches and my ankle measurement as 9 inches. And according to this calculator, my maximum genetic muscular potential at approximately 10% body fat would be 194 pounds. It also will give you a chest, arm, and leg measurement, your maximum measurements. I don't think that part's accurate, but the maximum weight that it gives you, that's a good relative base. Yo, bro, I have a problem. When I entered my stats, 8'12" with a 3-foot schlong, it came up error. Like, what's that error mean? I'm too swole or something? Thing's fucking broken. I am the first to admit that there's no conclusive scientific evidence or a very exhaustive research that has indicated that any of these methods work 100%. What I personally feel from ample practical experience and experience with other coaches who I've talked to is that this is a great relative base. I mean, me at 194 pounds at 10% body fat would be huge. Personally, the ending goal for my body would be approximately 190 pounds at, say, 9% body fat, 17-inch arms, and over a 600-pound deadlift. And these goals are attainable. And there are 2 points I'd like to make right now about using this calculator. First, this calculator is not a knock on your dedication or hard work. I know a lot of guys that will be thinking, you know what, this calculator is stupid because I got more hard work, discipline, and dedication than anyone else out there. I'm going to be huge. But keep in mind that the samples used to try and calculate the maximum genetic potential were the people at the pinnacle of physical perfection for a natural athlete. Meaning it's been incredibly rare that a natural athlete has attained more size than what the readout has been from this calculator. And the second point that I'd like to make is that a lot of guys that will knock this and say, it's not accurate, it's bogus, are steroid users who are trying to cover their tracks. Because if you input their statistics, you will clearly see that their measurements don't add up. So something must be fishy. In other words, these calculators called a lot of guys who claim to be natural. First, I think it's bullshit that there are people on YouTube trying to give advice claiming that they're natural when they're not. I think it's dishonest and it's shameful. I think it not only exists in YouTube, but elsewhere. But hey, that's just my opinion. Some people like cucumbers pickled, and other people like needles in their butt. Are you fucking kidding me? I respect steroid users even more. Because it tells me I don't give a fuck about my dick and that it's not going to be working. All I care about is getting huge. That's dedication. Yeah. I'll admit, when I first started working out at 18, I was completely naive and I thought that Arnold and every other bodybuilder just trained really, really hard. By realizing your potential, you could better develop a plan to achieve it. Quite honestly, I see weight training as a holistic, lifelong pursuit. Meaning, I want to do this when I'm in my 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. My training philosophy in a nutshell is always train hard, with intensity, be focused, and you will achieve your goal. Because that is the truth. And guys, that is the video. Make sure to like, share with friends, and subscribe. Because I will be seeing you in the next video. Yeah, Chef Buff, that's bogus. We all know you could just keep gaining size. Look at the Incredible Hulk. He's been on a perpetual bulk for the last 20 years, and he's huge. When he cuts, he's gonna get diced. Diced to the greens. Yeah. You watch, you wait and see. You'll be eating your words.